Most of us aren't born knowing how to pose for photos like a pro and take beautiful photos and show up on camera like a professional model. This is something that you may learn if it's part of your career, whether maybe you're a TV personality, you are a model, you're an actress, actor, whatever it is. So just to give you a bit of a background about myself, I've actually modeled for 8 years. I've done runway, I've worked with professional photographers in the studio or on location, and I've also been to modeling school. I've participated in beauty pageants. I was awarded Miss Canada Tourism 2007, and that was such a fun experience. I had the honor of traveling to Turkey to represent Canada in the Miss Tourism World 2007 pageant, and I was awarded Miss Bikini World Americas and Model of the Universe Americas. I've had such an amazing experience and I've learned a lot. So my experience now has given me the expertise and the pro knowledge to be able to share with you how you ladies can show up and pose on camera and take beautiful photos like a pro model, even though you've never been to modeling school. Maybe you've never done any modeling work or beauty pageants. If you're excited to learn what these tips are, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to share more videos about how to show up on camera, how to take beautiful photos on your iPhone, travel tips, guides, and much more. So my first tip is to practice. And you've heard the saying before, practice makes perfect, and it's so true even when you're taking photos. What you should do is go to Pinterest and Instagram, and you can screenshot or save poses that you really like and that you want to practice and learn how to do. And then what you do is you set up whatever camera you have on your tripod, or you can like place it against something, against a wall, like a makeshift tripod, and put it on the selfie mode. Use the self timer that most cameras have, like a 3-second or 10-second timer. And why I recommend to put it on selfie mode, let's say you're using your smartphone, so you can see yourself in the screen, see what you look like. If you have an Apple Watch, when you open the camera, you can actually see yourself, what you look like here. So what you want to do is you want to set that up and practice the poses that you've saved that you want to learn, and then go back and take the photo, go back, review it, see what you look like. Ask yourself, what challenges did you face? Did you struggle in one area more than another? Like maybe you struggled more with headshots than you did with full body shots, right? So ask and try and figure out why you think that is. Start by taking these photos in the comfort of your home, where nobody's watching you. It's just you and the camera. This will be a good way for you to kind of get out of that comfort zone, be more comfortable on camera, so that later on when you're out in public, you're not as shy. If you want me to do a video about how to be more confident on camera and on video, let me know in the comments below. My second tip is posture. Please keep in mind about having good posture. This is something that's really, really important, and it can make or break a good photo. I have a very bad habit of always slouching all the time. So luckily my husband takes my photos, so he's there to remind me when I'm slouching or I'm sticking my stomach out and I'm standing like this. Always keep that in mind. If you don't have anyone taking your photos, you have to be more conscious about this and remind yourself. So maybe instead of taking like 100 photos before you go to review, maybe you review photos every like 5 or 10, so you can see if you're having bad posture and you can correct that. A good pose that will look good on anybody is on a 45-degree angle, one leg in front, one leg behind, and one leg on one hip and one hand kind of in the air or on the leg that's in front. Next tip is to use props. Props are a great way to give your hand something to do. For example, a coffee cup, right? If you're holding a coffee cup, hat, a purse, sunglasses, whatever prop it is. You don't actually have to, let's say, use it or wear it in the way it's supposed to be used or worn. Sunglasses, you don't have to have them like on your face, right? You can kind of like hold them off to the side, or you can kind of pretend you're about to put them on, or pretend you're gonna put them on your head, or maybe just put them in your hair and you're kind of like holding them. You could be just holding them and staring at them, right? So a hat in a similar fashion you can use. A coffee cup, well, there's not much you can do with a coffee cup, or for example, a flower, things like that. My next tip is to create movement. A few ways that you can create movement with your hair flips. You can create movement if you are wearing a dress. You can use the corners of the dress and like swing around, twirl around, or if there's wind, it's even better. And the other way is walking. You can walk towards the camera. You can walk away from the camera. You can walk past the camera, you can spin around, you can like run towards the camera, you can jump. Also, movement is great when you run out of ideas on how to pose, or maybe you're in like a creative funk and you just need to just take that photo quickly. When all else fails, use movement. And my next tip and suggestion is to create curves. So ladies, work what your mama gave you. Some of us are born having no curves, less curves, more curves, right? So depending on your body type, this may be easier for you or harder, and you have to try harder to do it. But no matter the body type, you can always create curves. The way you can create curves is the angle. If you're more curvy, maybe you turn on a certain angle and it works for you. You have to really push your hip, depending on if you already have hips and you don't really have to do that. But if you don't, you have to stick your hips out more, and you kind of create like an S shape with your body. And you're leaning on one leg. The other leg is kind of like free to do whatever it wants, but kind of keeping it in front is good. And then you're kind of putting your torso to the other side. My next tip and suggestion is don't forget about your facial expressions. This goes back to practice. One of the things you want to be practicing is your facial expressions when you're taking headshots. So a headshot is when the photo is taken like your waist up, to find out what angles are going to work better for you, and as well what facial expressions work better for you. You can't go wrong with a smile. It looks natural, fun, it gives life. And you know, you may say, I don't have a good smile, but I bet you there's a million people out there that would disagree with that statement. So smile and don't be shy about that. Always relax your jaw, relax your mouth, smile using your teeth, and smile without your teeth. Or just do the flirtatious look with the camera, where you're not really smiling, or as Tyra Banks likes to call it, smize. Smile with your eyes. And then there's the serious look. My next tip is to also think about your camera angles, because your camera angles are going to impact the way the pose looks. So for example, if your camera is lower down looking kind of up at you, then you will look taller and you'll look like you have long legs. And if the camera is looking down on you, then it looks like you have a bigger head. Or anything that's like this, you know, close to the camera, it looks bigger. As an example, see my hands look huge now because they're closer to the camera. So always think about your camera angles as well. So my next tip to always get those beautiful, perfect shots and get that pose always on point is to create space between your limbs and create triangles. So let me show you what I mean. Don't stand there like a log. Separate your arms from your body and your legs. And my last tip is to always point your toes and try and elongate your body. If you want to see more videos around posing, how to do sitting poses, or ones focus more on headshots or full body again, please leave those in the comments and I will be sure to do that. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. If you have, please share it with a friend who will find it helpful as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe, as it helps this video get in front of more people who would find it helpful. Thanks for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.